Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Jesse Swift and Tyler Hall with the Fansplash podcast. We're all the way up to episode 28. And we just wrapped our review for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which we just watched this morning. So keep an eye out for that. Give it a watch. We only get into very, very minor spoilers. So feel free, whether you've seen the movie or not, check out that review and go see the film. We both liked it quite a bit.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. Much better.
Mr. So Good, I had to get a pop figure.
Took me quite by surprise.
Mr. Salamander. Scamander Salamander.
Commander Scamander Salamander.
Commander Scamander. Alright.
Commander Salamander.
Exactly. The same person.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Newt.
Alright guys, well as you can see, I got new figures. I'm getting obsessed. I have a problem, but all these guys will be at their rightful home in our giant podcast cave. Well, this is kind of podcast cave now 2.5. We're just not here very often. I've now started littering it with stuff. It just seems like the most convenient way to do
I like that we have two places.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Sounds
we
like
don't have like one official studio. We have like a couple of places.
we will probably be here a lot more in March because it seems to be the quickest, one of the easiest ways to do a movie review and a podcast all on the same day. So either I or we are going to be releasing a video of all the upcoming big movies between now and the end of the summer. So lots of big blockbusters and things to look forward to talk about. But let us talk about some of the trailers we've seen for some of these films coming out. One of them being something that I believe is highly anticipated by you, or at least you're hopeful for, Kong Skull Island.
Actually, I'm very hopeful for a lot of these. Before we get into these, Jesse, Sir? You want me to call you Sir?
No, I'm just saying, I was responding to your request in advance.
You did trailer reviews on your own for all of these trailers that we're about to talk about, yes?
Yes. So any trailer that we talk about today, other than Ghost in the Shell, because I did not have my equipment with me when that dropped. But everything else, go check on our channel, and I've talked about it. But we're going to talk about it, because we have different opinions of things. That's why this works. Continue.
Yeah, what'd you give Fantastic Beasts?
A high rating. I don't want to.
You don't want to spoil the review.
You gotta. It's
you
not
gotta stick around to the end to find out.
It's not a spoiler review, but I don't want to spoil the review. I gave it a good rating, but to see how good and why, check it out. I don't want to give you a scapegoat.
Did we have different opinions? Find out at 6.
No. I want to take a moment to talk about these guys. So obviously, I pointed out I got Newt, and Darth Vader is back at his home at the Splash Cave. And is that, you like that?
Splash Cave?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Okay, good. Because we're not good. But I decided I wanted another Rogue One character, and I realized that I was developing quite the sausage fest. So we have Miss Jyn Erso, and also Spider-Man, the bastard that I had to get a whole Civil War set to freaking get with a shield that doesn't even really hang on there, and Mr. Clint doesn't stand on his own Barton.
Oh, now he stands.
Oh, yeah, he's going to try to. And motherfucking,
Thanos.
pardon my language, Thanos. Freaking, look how cool this is. I have to spotlight him because I spent $25 on him, and that is ridiculous, and I feel ashamed.
Yeah, you probably should.
And this is actually, believe it or not, the first time in the cinematic timeline that he has stood. Just kidding. I think he stood out of his chair at the end of Avengers. Thanos, everybody.
Alright, so first we're kicking it off with Kong?
Yes.
Alright.
Kong Skull Island from the producers and team of Godzilla, but we got a new director and a whole new cast in 50 years in the past?
Yeah, 60s, 70s.
Vietnam War?
Yeah, 60s, 70s, early 70s, late 60s.
I'm not a history buff. I watch movies, and that's why I talk about them. Anyway, so it takes place in the Vietnam War.
It plays Bad Moon Rising in the trailer. And if you were going to try to age that song and say, when do you think it came out?
I mean, I like that song, but it's Creedence.
Very, very old.
It's Creedence, not from Fantastic Four or Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Clearwater Revival.
Clearwater Revival. Yeah. 60s, 70s. I don't know when it came out, but I would gauge it around there.
I want to say Creedence was big in the 70s.
Early 70s. They play like that Fortunate Son. I think that's in Full Metal Jacket. It's like a Vietnam era song.
That band transcends time better than I think a lot of bands. I mean, obviously a lot of music's classic, but their music never gets old, and I never, like, when I listen to it, I'm like, oh yeah, classic rock. It feels like their music could have come out today and been equally successful. I love their stuff.
It's amazing. It's some of the most amazing music ever written. I feel like they kind of get shuffled away when people talk more about like the Doors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which also I appreciate. Anyway, so Kong takes place in the past.
Can I take a quick sec? It's a great song, but when that kicked on after seeing the first Kong trailer, when that song kicks on, were you not like, okay, we're going into a different tone?
Yeah, bit. I mean, well, there's a whole lot more new elements in this trailer than there were in the first one. So the first one, it is a vastly different tone. Mm-hmm. So the first one was just like, we're on this island, there's this thing. Oh shit, there it is. And it was like, dun,
that's basically the trailer.
Inception, dun. You know? It doesn't do that though, does it? It doesn't really do that.
No, I don't think so.
But it's kind of got like that feel to it.
I think that's the reason that both of us, when we saw the first Skull Island trailer, were like,
is this not going to be good?
Like,
is this going to be one of those movies that comes and goes and everybody forgot and they don't end up doing King Kong versus Godzilla and I kill myself in my room alone? What is?
The first Godzilla trailer, which is like a minute long, was in like skydiving through like this hellish haze and you just see the spine of Godzilla and stuff, and I was like, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
And
then they had the one where Bryan Cranston's telling you have no idea.
Yeah.
What? And then you're just like, yes, 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 yes.
Now, whether that came to fruition as far as our hopes and dreams for the film, that's another story. But the trailer was great.
I think we both liked the film enough, but it
just
could have been
we like it in varying degrees.
Much better. Godzilla could have been designed better, but
there's still opportunity for
Kong looks great. He looks really good. I mean, you can't really mess up a giant gorilla.
Well, let's talk about a little bit the difference between the Peter Jackson one, which is kind of like, it was literally a big gorilla. Like, wasn't he on his fours sometimes?
Yeah, I think he was like Mighty Joe Young. Kinda.
Exactly, yeah. He was like Mighty Joe Young, but
Young.
Way bigger.
Yeah.
And I've heard some people commenting they like that this looks more like Kong.
He looks like
he's a like a big man ape.
If
like
you
he
were
walks
to get
like a human.
If you were to get like a gorilla Halloween mask. Okay, no. I guess there's a certain look for Kong just like there is for Godzilla, and he looks like Kong.
To me, the Peter Jackson Kong, or King Kong, is kind of like the, was it 98 or 99 Godzilla, where it was Godzilla, but they changed the look to represent like whatever they wanted to do, and now they're going back to the traditional look of both creatures. Other than they made Godzilla too fat.
Godzilla is too fat, and I can't be the only one that thinks that.
But Kong is not too fat.
No, Kong.
All right,
Kong looks great. Kong looks great. Tom Hiddleston looks like, I don't know, a character.
He's your Dapper Dan, British military
main character that's probably gonna die.
Oh, I hope Tom Hiddleston doesn't die. Are you thinking Bryan Cranston spoiler route?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, I mean, not like right away, but I'm thinking like he, sacrifices himself or some shit.
I brought this up in the trailer review. This is Marvel mayhem in this movie. We have Loki, Nick Fury, the new Captain Marvel coming out in the next year or so, and then why do I feel like there's somebody else? John C. Reilly, who was in the Nova Corps of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. Can I say something about Samuel L. Jackson that I was saying to you before?
Absolutely.
Can he just stop being in everything?
Absolutely.
He's great. He's a great actor, and I liked him when he was a bit more of a rarity. Like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, you're like, hey, it's Sam Jackson. Now it's like, oh
now
my God.
Motherfucker is trying to out Kevin Bacon. And it's like,
we're
dude.
7 degrees of Samuel L. Jackson.
You can do 1 degree to Samuel L. Jackson. It's
because, have you ever seen any movie ever?
Yeah, he's the black guy.
Yeah, 1 degree right there.
It's crazy, but that seems to be true nowadays, doesn't it? It's just like we used to have this thing with Kevin Bacon where we'd be watching a movie and he'd show up, we didn't know he was in it. We'd go, God damn it! Well, now I'll be watching a trailer and of course there's Samuel L. Jackson. God damn it!
Right. I like that.
It's gotta be in everything.
I will say he can get really cartoony sometimes. Even though we're not super appreciative of his existence in this film, he looks like he's playing a little bit more of a grounded character than he has in prior films, which is good for me. It's as good as it gets when Sam Jackson is be grounded. And Brie Larson I've actually never seen in a film, but I know she got nominated for an Oscar, I believe, for her role in The Room, which is a recent film. And I think she doesn't have a line in this movie, and I'm always concerned.
She doesn't have a line?
She doesn't say one thing in the whole trailer.
Oh, in the trailer?
Yes.
You think she doesn't talk the whole movie? You think she's
I don't think that, but
she's the damsel, though, right?
She could be. I really, really, really want to get past the damsel in distress.
But that's what King Kong kind of is. He grabs.
Well, I don't know.
He takes a liking to her, and she's like...
I don't know if they're going that route with this story. It's something I brought up in the trailer that I'm curious about.
You don't think that he's going to take a liking to her?
So this is not King Kong. It's Kong Skull Island. Can we not have 90 to 100% of the film be on the island?
I mean, well, because it looks like it looks like it might, though, because of all the crazy monsters that it shows that look dope. This is fine. This trailer is the one that got me finally excited for the film.
Oh, I'm excited. Like, I think when we talked about the last trailer, I was like, it's happening.
A little scared, a little.
I guess I had no feeling. Like, I wasn't nervous.
You were you were comfortably numb.
I've become so numb. I can feel you there. Sorry.
Or you wouldn't be able to, because you'd be numb, and therefore the line is can't feel you there.
Is that Linkin Park?
I've become, but I was doing Pink Floyd. Comfortably numb, Pink Floyd.
Anyhow, Pink Floyd was not the song in the Kong trailer. One thing I can't decide if I like or am indifferent about, but we have John C. Reilly in the film, and he is not making bunk beds with Godzilla.
Nope, he is making Step Brother. Yes. He's become like a comic icon, I would think. Like a comedy movie person. Like you look at him and you see comedy. I said it to you. I don't know if I could take him seriously.
Yeah, and I think what they're going for is they want to have. I heard I was watching a trailer review for the film, and they said that John C. Reilly's character is from World War II, and sometime during World War II, he got trapped on that island. So they wanted to play up a character that's been trapped on this island with all these crazy monsters and stuff, and a very limited amount of people, and he's kind of gone off his rockers a little bit.
So he's Lawrence Fishburne in Predators.
That's the comparison they made in the trailer. It was that exact comparison.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Who's they?
Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer channel.
He's Lawrence Fishburne in Predators. Well, John C. Reilly's had some pretty serious roles before. He was in Gangs of New York, and he was in Perfect Storm. So... from what you're saying, obviously he's going to be a little unhinged. He sounds like he's not going to be like the most serious person, but if like
they could play that
way, there's got to be some sort of comic relief. It can't just be like a totally serious movie that was evidenced in Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
The only funny thing in Batman versus Superman was the line they delivered to us in the trailers that ruined it, which was, "I thought she was with you," which he clearly knew she was with him because he had contacted her multiple times.
Yeah, the only joke didn't make sense, so good job, DC. I want to say we're not going to talk about DC anymore, but we will talk Suicide Squad a little bit later. Very, very, very briefly. I don't want to talk about it for another 30 minutes.
All right, Kong Skull Island.
We're looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. It looks better. The monsters look badass. The movie looks good. The sun behind Kong with the
cinematography of this film is
really
off
cool.
The chain.
So
I love the look of it.
I mean, that all looks great, and I'm excited, of course, for King Kong versus Godzilla. It's happening. I am erect. What is
solid, literally. Okay, so that's it for Kong Skull Island. Now, we're not going to talk precisely about watching a trailer, but the existence of an upcoming trailer very briefly, for my man, we have, with this costume design here, Spider-Man Homecoming coming out.
Hey, do your thing. You're Tom Holland.
What?
You're Tom Holland. Do you remember when you did that?
No, I totally forgot. This is what happens when this guy edits all the podcasts. He knows every little mannerism.
It was in our old, when we were downstairs at the couches, and you're like, but now we have Tom Holland.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember?
I'm definitely not doing that again. So, Spider-Man Homecoming, which is going to have Michael Keaton and Tom Holland! I'm super excited. But the trailer, I'm glad we have all these pop figures out because it's going to help me point and shoot. So, the trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming, which is the next film that we're getting after... Oh, we already have a Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. We just had Doctor Strange. Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out. But now we're getting so convoluted with Marvel films. We have 3 coming out in 2017. So there's going to be some overlapping marketing. Hopefully Disney doesn't shoot themselves in the foot. I'm leading to it. So in front of their next Disney film, which is Star Wars Rogue One, with Jen Erso, they're going to be showing Spider-Man Homecoming. So we're going to have a Guardians trailer, a Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, probably not a Thor trailer, but it's getting off the chain.
So we're getting with Star Wars Rogue One, we're getting another Guardians trailer?
That I don't know for sure, but possibly. It would make sense.
And the first Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. Holy shit. How excited for Spider-Man are you?
I just put a poll out on the Fansplash page. If you're not already following us on the Fansplash Facebook page,
do it. It's an open network.
Please.
Like you can just post.
Yeah, anybody just
there's no filter. Just
post.
Go on there and say stuff about Jews. No, don't do that. Yeah, but what we're saying is there's no filter. It's an open network. You could just join, right? You don't have to be invited to join.
Yeah,
I think we've.
Don't make me bring out the band hammer.
Yeah. So we are the mods, or he's the mod. So
we do what we can. But what I want to say is I put out a brief poll. I said, which Marvel film are you most looking forward to in 2017? And you have Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Spider-Man Homecoming. And you would think me, a fan of original content, I just realized those are all sequels. So none of them are original, so my point still stands. That I want to see Spider-Man Homecoming the most. And everyone's like, but Jesse, we've had so many Spider-Mans. We want more Guardians and...
But did you see Civil War? Did you see how well they transitioned him into their MCU? So well. They did something where they're like, okay, we want Spider-Man. He's the money-making guy. He's the blockbuster Goliath. We have to do something with him.
It converged 2 studios to come together and make a deal of peace and tranquility.
But it was like... We have to do something we haven't seen with Spider-Man, but there has to be the familiarity. There has to be some sort of relatability with this character. What is what we haven't got from Spider-Man that will translate well? And
Vulture. Sorry.
No, and we got Peter Parker.
We
haven't really
got
had
Peter
like
Parker.
A stuttering child like Peter Parker.
We haven't gotten a teenage Peter Parker ever. Like he's played a teenager, but
we've had a man playing a child.
Toby, it was 28 years old in the first Spider-Man movie. Andrew Garfield was 30.
And Tom Holland had just turned like 18, 19, right?
He just turned 19 when they filmed Civil War. So yeah, he's still a little older than Peter Parker, but
and
he's
a smaller guy. So yeah. I mean, he looks more like the high school person.
He's got the teenage voice, and everything like that. And I just love the casting and his character so much. The reason I'm excited is Guardians. I kind of know what I'm going to get. I love Guardians. I know it's going to be good. Thor has been underwhelming so far, but it looks like it's going to be really good. And I trust Marvel. This is Marvel's first attempt at Spider-Man. And so far, they're showing me that they know better than anyone how to handle their own property. So that is my most anticipated.
Well, I think Kevin Feige has kind of made this this was his
our
mission
Lord
for
and
a
Savior,
long time.
Kevin Feige.
This is Kevin Feige's mission for a long time. Was get this motherfucker back, right?
Right.
It's make this shared deal that they ultimately ended up making. So I think that this is kind of like his Spider-Man.
My baby.
Because people have to think back and they have to realize how we got here, how we got to the Tom Holland Civil War Spider-Man. So you look at the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire films, top 10 or 15 of all time blockbusters when they came out. I think Spider-Man when it debuted was like the biggest opening weekend ever.
Absolutely,
one of the top grossing of all time films. And they all did tremendously well. When they decided to reboot it, The Amazing Spider-Man did... how did it do? Decently? But then...
It did okay.
But then what happened when Guardians of the Galaxy and Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out.
Oh, Guardians, an unknown property that even comic book fans are like, I don't know what that is. Other than like a very, very select few that are like, which is, I mean, that's me most of the time. But even I had to do my research. I was like, I don't even know if I've heard of these characters. By the time the movie came out, I was knowledgeable as all hell. But like the year that it was announced, I was like, I don't know what this is. There's a raccoon. What? The talking tree? Chris Pratt's in it? Who's Chris Pratt? I hadn't watched Parks and Rec. I have since. But anyways, the point, I talked too much. The point I was trying to get to is Guardians made like $800+ million, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 made $600-700. And Sony's like, wait!
$600-700?
$million. They're like, wait, how? And
because Spider-Man is a Goliath. Some people were like, I was arguing on the internet because they were like, I wish they would have went like the Netflix route with Spider-Man. I was like, with what money and why?
Exactly.
And especially since like they can capitalize on Spider-Man so well. Like he's a cinematic monster. He's like one of the biggest faces of Marvel. How would you just not make that money off of him?
I just
Daredevil was appropriate.
With them bringing him in with so many other properties going on in Marvel, I just don't want it to be like 5 years between movies.
And then, and then there are like the R-rated Spider-Man elements if you get deep into the comics and stuff like that. But Spider-Man has always been one that can translate well for PG-13. Like I think that amidst all the Avengers and all the stuff they do with the Avengers, Winter Soldier, all that stuff, they could do really well with Spider-Man. So we're getting this. So everybody's,
and I'm told it's going to be like a John Hughes film, which is such an amazing idea for Spider-Man. You're familiar with John Hughes, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, of course. I just think that people are getting worried a little too soon. I think that they have to take all these things into factors. Like how long of a struggle and like a battle this was, and what we finally got, how to where we got, and I think that there's a lot to look forward to with it.
I really think there is as well, and that's my final thoughts on the announcement of the trailer. So excited!
Another reason for you to go see Rogue One opening night.
Yeah, if you weren't going to already, and then you're crazy. This right there, Orson Krennic, that Ben Mendelsohn, whatever his name is. Okay, so we got lots of trailers to talk about, but I want to cover the in-between stories really quick. I was just reminded recently, because I had forgot. You are familiar with Benicio del Toro?
Of course.
Yes. Awesome. He was the collector in Guardians of the Galaxy and Sicario. He's just a
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
He's a badass. He's always a badass.
Snatch.
Yes. That werewolf movie?
Yeah.
Wolfman or whatever it was.
Have you heard Patton Oswalt's story about that?
I have not.
Look it up.
I will. I'll look it up. And you look it up, because you guys, if you didn't already know, there's homework that comes with our channel.
Yeah.
So, please do so. Anyways, I forgot that they said he was, originally the story was that he was going to be the main villain of Episode 8 for Star Wars, which didn't make sense to me. I was like, well, you have Kylo Ren and Snoke, so why would there be a more main villain than that? And now they're kind of retracting on their statements and saying, well, he's a mysterious character. He's your traditional Men in Black character, which I've always...
The Wanderer.
The Wanderer, right. And I've related that to... I was going to say Dread Pirate Roberts, but never mind. Forget what I'm saying. So he's a mysterious figure, and we don't really know his intentions. And they put something in the article about maybe similar to a Lando Calrissian, but maybe slightly more sinister. And I was like, I like that. I can see Benicio del Toro's character filling that slot. Much like the Collector in Guardians is, he didn't have an alliance per se. He was kind of all about his own intentions, and he was somebody we didn't really know a lot about. I like when Benicio plays a character with an aura of mystery. Are you excited to see him in Episode 8?
Yeah, well, I'd be excited for Benicio del Toro anytime.
Yeah, I mean, Sesame Street starring Benicio del Toro. I'm there. Opening night. Ready to go see it. But that's basically it. I just want to get that information out to you guys so you can let it marinate. I want to know if you guys are excited to see Benicio del Toro and Adam Driver.
What is the date now for Episode 8, by the way? Because they've moved it a couple times, haven't they?
They did.
It's not May anymore.
I want to say it's December again. I think they're keeping with a lot of December releases for Star Wars.
Fuck me. 2 years later? It was supposed to be a year and a half.
I thought it was this coming next December. Not Rogue One, but next year, December.
2 years since The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because in between we get Rogue One, and then after 8 we get Han Solo, which we talked about. Donald Glover is Lando. So anyway, moving on to... Yeah, let's do a trailer. We have so many things to talk about, guys. We're trying to go through them as fast as we can. A series of unfortunate events. Another thing that this man here is much more knowledgeable about than I am. So
I
I'm
just
glad
read
to have
the
him
first 7
here.
books when I was in elementary school.
No, I just read the first 7 books. I haven't read any of it. I only saw
I think there's like 38 books or some shit. I have no idea.
Count Olaf. I only saw the Jim Carrey. So,
which I didn't appreciate.
Divulge.
What am I divulging into?
The trailer.
The trailer?
What did you think? Did you like it more than the teaser we got about?
Oh yeah, I love this atmosphere they're putting out about it. You kind of get like that storybook kind of feel.
That's what it
like,
is.
There's like a light and like a brooding in with it. It's kind of like
it's like a bright gothic children's tale.
It is kind of like what they. It's like the sad attempt at Cat in the Hat, you know.
But darker.
But yeah, well, but with like the serious tone to it.
I understand what you're saying. And
this is just a setting, not like talking about like characters or plot or any of that. This is just like what you see on the outside: cars, houses, automobiles. So I like that. I really like that surreal kind of like pop-up book look, you know. And then I really think that fits the mood. The whole Patrick Warburton as, you know, Lemony Snicket kind of narrating is really nice, and I think that because I don't know, there's a lot to Count Olaf, because in every book he puts on a disguise and tries to like come up with a plan to get the kids back, and but
something that seemed very forced and rushed in the film.
It's a disguise that the kids see through immediately. The children, they're like, that's fucking Count Olaf. That's obviously Count Olaf. Can you not see that's Count Olaf? And everyone's like, shut up, kids. You're just kids. You don't know anything.
Right.
But I think that there's really a comedic element to that. You know, like an outside looking in kind of thing where, you know, like
it's like a dark comedy sort of, but not exactly a comedy.
Well, I really like that they're making like taking a comedic turn to it, because obviously like the Jim Carrey one tried to be funnier, and maybe I'm not remembering if there was like a comic appeal in the books themselves. So maybe they've kind of like they've tried to take this approach with Count Olaf twice now, you know. But I think with Neil Patrick Harris, it looks more like a well translated. It looks like it's going to fit well with the narrative.
Absolutely. As
you were. And there are a lot of lines, like verbatim lines that I remember from the books. Like, yes, we know what perish means and sorts of stuff like that they're kind of like... I think that they're going to be... Oh, and they're holding the young one, I forget her name, in the cage over the house.
Is that Sunny?
Sunny, yeah. Is Violet and...
Kraus?
Kraus, yeah. Klaus.
Sorry.
Yeah. And does she have sharp teeth?
Sunny?
Yeah.
I didn't catch it.
I saw she has sharp. I don't. I've seen pictures. I think I remember like scribbles or drawings in the books where she has sharp teeth. I don't know if she actually had them, or if I saw them in there. But, I don't know, man. It looks. I don't really have too much to say about it other than it looks like Netflix kind of knows what they're doing at this point.
It looks to me like they're taking a similar approach to what the movie did, but they're like, let us show you how it's done.
Well, let me show you how to properly adapt something with like comic relief.
Absolutely. I like the trailer. Like, I've been curious about this show and looking forward to it, but probably not to the same level because I don't have the same background with the material. However, I came out glowing from my trailer reaction review. Make sure you guys go watch it if you haven't yet to get my more detailed thoughts about it. But like you're saying, the setting, the environment, the casting, the looks, just everything aesthetically is very pleasing to me.
I kind of like the approach they're taking too with it, in that there's big letters on the page and there's not very many pages. They're, a younger audience target. So like the drama in it isn't necessarily like really serious. I mean, there's murder, and it's a series of unfortunate events, but like it's kind of like a running joke in that like constantly bad things are just like getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse for them.
I feel like it's very easy to do this story wrong because of everything that you're saying. It's such a mashup of all these different tones that are normally so very different. Like you got comedy, you got dark, you got drama, and if you outbalance any one of those, it's going to feel off. You have to have this perfect combination that I feel like it would be so great if they do this correctly, because if you make it too dark, and kids aren't going to want to watch it, nobody's going to want to relate to it, it's going to be hard to watch. If you make it too comedic, then you lose all the gravitas in the story.
But that's what I like about like the Patrick Warburton aspect of it, is they're pulling you out of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And kind of like separating, like it's kind of like when they used to introduce plays, like back in the Shakespeare days, they'd, you know, come up and say, hey, just so you know, this is what the story's about and everybody dies. Okay, we're going to start. You know, it's kind of like that. It's exactly like that.
You know, another story where probably everyone's going to die?
Rogue One?
Probably. But anyways, continue.
No, that's all I had to say.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm very much looking forward to it, and this has been such a long time coming. So,
you know, since I only made it through 8 episodes or 9 episodes of Luke Cage,
me too.
Maybe I can watch another 8 episodes of Series of Unfortunate Events and actually get through it.
Well, I think 8 episodes is enough too. Like, I think
I can do it in 2
I think
days.
one part where Marvel Netflix kind of loses how many ESs can I have? Loses me is the storyline, like from start to finish, like is good, and the acting and like the seriousness and like the R-rated aspect of it, that's all great. 13 episodes, even though it's shorter for a season of a show, they're too settled in serious drama. There's no filler, like with The Flash has got like 26 episodes or 23, 22 episodes.
23, I think.
But which is like a lot for a season, but they have filler.
Yeah, I keep watching The Flash because it's fun. Like, I enjoy it's entertaining. To me, I'm kind of waiting for the next thing. I think Netflix could benefit from what they're doing with Series of Unfortunate Events.
Their problem is there's no fun, and I highly appreciate that it's serious and that it's R-rated and like all the other stuff that I said I liked about it before. But when you take something too seriously, 13 episodes is still a lot. You're dragging that.
It's
shit
dry.
out.
It gets really dry.
It gets really dry and really old, and that's kind of like where I've stopped on both seasons of Daredevil. Stopped watching.
I did finish both seasons of Daredevil all the way through.
No. I did finish them all the way through, and I finished. But I didn't stop at all on season 2. I just watched that all the way through. But I stopped at a point in the first season of Daredevil before I eventually picked it back up again and finished it. Same with Jessica Jones, and I'm doing the same with Luke Cage right now. So to see something that's, you know, they're right off the bat, they're like, if this gets old, here's 8. You know, like we don't want to stretch it out too much. I think that that's kind of a good idea. And Stranger Things was only like 8 episodes, was it not?
Maybe 8 to 10, somewhere between 8 to 10, and I watched that all in one day.
I've not seen it.
I guess. Well, I didn't do a review for it because it was too past relevance, but everyone freaked out about it. Everybody told me about it. Everyone's like, you have to watch Stranger Things. So I watched it in 2 sittings, but one 24-hour period.
Probably because you watched it all in one 24-hour period. You didn't have any.
It was the same problem I had with the Netflix stuff. Like, I kept waiting for things to happen, and you're waiting for a reveal. And when I got the reveal, I was very underwhelmed. That's my review in a nutshell. But
Netflix has its hits or misses. It's not perfect, you know.
It's not. It's good,
which is actually great because, you know, like everyone thought Netflix could do no wrong with House of Cards and Orange Is the New Black, and that it was like this massive.
Put it this way: they have more hits than HBO.
Well, where else have they fallen on their face? They've Arrested Development season 4.
What about that show where they got everyone to come back with Paul Rudd and a bunch of other actors?
Wet Hot American Summer?
Yeah.
They're actually doing... The second season is going to take place 10 years after the movie. So, Wet Hot American... It goes first season, movie, second season.
Okay. They just did something... I can't remember the name of it, but it bombed in viewers, and they're not doing a second season of it.
Well, they did a lot, because one thing Netflix is trying to do is it's trying to have like 75 or 65, 75% like new, original content, and then other stuff people could pick from. That's their goal. So I don't know if you've noticed, but they've had like a massive onslaught of unexpected new originals coming out lately out of the woodwork.
They've done all kinds of things: animated, movie, TV shows. It's been very interesting to see their growing development.
But there are things that have taken flight really well. Daredevil, House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, BoJack Horseman. Those have all
Stranger Things did really well.
Yeah,
despite my opinions.
Making a Murderer, all sorts of things that people loved.
All the comedy stand-up specials. A lot of things go straight to Netflix, and they do well on there. Instead of like Comedy Central exclusive, now they're Netflix exclusive.
Yeah, or HBO's.
Yeah.
You've seen less HBO specials, you've seen more Netflix. Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, all of them.
Yeah. And just a side comment, this was another story that came out in the last week. Could potentially be a really big deal, and I would be excited to see the fruits of this action. But they are talking about, and there's the possibility, not confirmed, it's rumored, but it's heavily rumored by a lot of viable sources, that Disney might purchase Netflix.
Why?
More money.
Would they be a monopoly at that point?
I don't know, because
I know they work together on a lot of things. ABC Studios.
I should fear this, but Disney, because I was barely getting into movies when Disney purchased Marvel, but I loved everything that they've done with that. And now Disney right now is like The Rock when he comes into a franchise late in the game. They're franchise Viagra. It's like Star Wars is dead. We're going to revive it, start fixing it, and make people love it again. Marvel is going bankrupt. We're going to buy them, give them money, and let them do what they want. So,
dude, don't even give me... When I heard in, 2007 that Disney had purchased Marvel, I was like, no, everything's ruined. They're going to make it stupid, And I was just like, I was so worried. I was
Did you think we would get this?
Fear beyond fear. And it is so good. It's so good. And Force Awakens was more like a Seinfeld reunion episode than a Star Wars movie. But it was really good. It was a great Star Wars film. Much better than Attack of the Clones.
Better than
that's not saying a lot. That's not saying a lot.
But better than the last 3 that we got from the original creators. So, credit.
No, it was good. So I'm saying, yeah, people kind of like starting to hate the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. I really appreciated the first 2. Wasn't a fan of how the third one ended. It kind of, but and then
Calypso had crabs.
I liked On Stranger Tides. That was the second most recent one, right? The Penelope Cruz one?
That was the most recent one.
Yeah. Well, no, there's another one coming up.
I don't know if that counts as the most recent one. Since
is this like a reboot? Are they going back to like the Swans or?
I don't know.
Are we gonna see Orlando Bloom again?
I did hear Orlando Bloom's on this.
Dude, come on! How can you not be stoked about this? This was like one of the first things Disney did that was like, hey, we can be serious.
Yeah, we
can be cool.
Well, we'll have varying opinions on it, but Orlando Bloom not being in Stranger Tides was the reason I went to see it.
Do you not like Orlando Bloom?
I like him as Legolas.
Dude, he's kind of like Colin Farrell's twin brother. I'm sure side by side they don't look similar, but they look similar in my mind.
This was a side topic of a side topic. I almost said Marvel. Disney possibly buying Netflix. What that means to me is, when Marvel movies come on DVD, can we instantly watch them on Netflix? Because, yes, marathon. Thank you. A lot less work for me.
Actually, they've made a deal recently, I think.
They did. I think it's the beginning of this deal, possibly.
Where they come out really soon.
Yes. They also did a deal with CW. But does that mean we're going to get all the original Star Wars on Netflix? Because, again, thank you. Everything Disney, all the Disney original adaptations, the animated ones.
Oh, fuck, Aladdin.
Yeah.
How great would it be to just be able to go back and, like, you have one simple subscription. And you can go, like, dude, people are always going to have HBO,
Sure.
So, I mean, Amazon.
Unless Netflix buys, like, Game of Thrones, which,
Plenty of people have Amazon Prime because of their, delivery service, so they'll be able to watch Amazon originals. Netflix, Disney owning Netflix, I guess, wouldn't be in a monopoly, but how great would it be to have, like, the entire Disney vault just for your kids' sake. You know, like for your children, you could just go, oh, here's this. Right. You know, you don't have to watch Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood or like fucking Super Y or some unbearable shit with your children.
My understanding is they'd still keep all the original content, still let Netflix do what they're going to do, but it would also open the door, like you're saying, for the Disney Vault. And I would be I'd pay them at that point
because Disney's kind of gone to like the CGI or the computer generated movies rather. Mm-hmm. Toy Story, they've gone full Pixar. And what's the studio that makes Tangled and Frozen? And Brave, or was
DreamWorks?
No, that would not be Disney.
So, that's Pixar, isn't it?
It is not Pixar. It's a separate. I think it's something else. Are they not Pixar? They're maybe it is, but it's like a certain. No, it's because it's a design specific design. But anyway, they've gone to those for like their movies. What about going back to classic animation? Because Netflix,
I think the last thing they did that was
The Princess and the Frog.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Netflix could afford to do full-length classic animation features, princess films, stuff like that. Bring those out of the woodwork. That would be cool.
I don't know if I'll say opening day, but I'm looking forward to seeing Moana. So, look forward to a possible review from that.
It looks okay. It looks entertaining, but I think that they are starting to look worse and worse. But I thought Inside Out looked like one of the stupidest things that I had ever seen, and that was a fucking great movie.
And I heard it was amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah, so looking forward to all those things.
Cars 2 never happened, though. But
Incredibles is happening, and it moved ahead.
Oh, yeah, Incredibles 2. What's the next topic? What's the next
fucking, I was just getting there. Fucking. Really quick, I don't want to talk about this very long, because it would be so easy to go into the dark, deep rabbit hole abyss that we do sometimes. Suicide Squad Extended Cut is out now. You can purchase it or don't. Because I have not seen it yet. I have seen they're slowly releasing. They've released like 4 out of like the 6 scenes that they put in the movie. They've put them online, and I've been watching them. Two fronts on this. One, most of what was cut out is really cringy, and I don't like it. And the line delivery is
glad that it was gone.
Bad. Yeah.
Is this Jared Leto?
No. This is like all these like squad moments that seem like they were just reading them off a billboard behind the camera. I'm like, what is like? I didn't think the acting. Yeah, I didn't think the acting was that bad in the movie, but this makes it look worse. I was like, well, that doesn't. I'm glad that's out of there. And why did everybody want this extended cut?
Because they were told that by Jared Leto and others that many scenes, especially featuring the Joker, were taken out of the film.
Thank you. Okay. Point being, there is a slightly extended scenes, like a few seconds, a few extra lines that I've seen, and I'm like, oh, that's not bad. I kind of like that. But what I've been told is one of the scenes I wanted to see the most of is Joker's interaction with the Suicide Squad when he has that grenade after he crashes the helicopter, and he's looking for Harley Quinn. He goes, bye-bye, and goes back into the smoke. Not in the extended edition. I'm like, why the hell do you release an extended edition and you don't give us the moments that we saw in the trailer that we wanted to? You're robbing us, Warner Brothers. I'm getting mad at you. I'm having a hard time supporting you, and I'm ranting about it. You've pissed me off, and stop doing this.
This is amazing.
The theatrical, give us what you promised us in the trailer.
Full fucking cut.
I don't want to purchase it twice. Just stop messing with me. Give me what you promised me. And stop fucking around.
Don't take a big stinky shit and then throw a couple of flakes of glitter on it. And then
I was just about to say glitter. I'm glad you said that too. Yeah.
But so my problem with it is, and without going on a big rant and getting super pissed off with you, is
I didn't know I was going to get this mad.
it would be terrible if this cast in these characters and this character design, these costumes, and this specific incarnation of the Joker were ruined because of this film and cast away, because I love all aspects about that. I just didn't like the storyline and how the film played out itself.
Croc looked worse in with lineage and stuff, and how much they altered his voice in these deleted scenes. And Margot Robbie had terrible line delivery in these scenes, and I'm like, but she was one of my favorite parts of the movie. However, the one scene that did work for me, is they have Margot Robbie chase scene before she's Harley Quinn. After Joker escapes the asylum, he tries to get away from her because she's like the clingy girlfriend that you don't want to hang on to. And she's driving beside him on the motorcycle. Spoilers if you haven't seen this or the extended edition, but I mean, yeah, whatever. He's driving up, or she's driving up next to him, and she's like, "You're not leaving me." You're not leaving me. She's having like a clingy girlfriend breakdown. I was like, "Oh, I like that." And he's like, ugh. And so he speeds off, and she gets pissed and drives way in front of him in the motorcycle, crashes the motorcycle and kind of stands on it as it slides, and then walks towards the car and kind of crosses her arms, so he has to slam on the brakes to not hit her. And he's like, "Oh, you!" And they like cut the scene. And I was like, that interaction was fun.
They should have had that in the movie. That would have been good.
Sorry.
No, but Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Jared Leto, fucking, all of that is
Slipknot.
He was my favorite part. Is Rob Stark gonna be okay?
Mind-blowing performance.
You know, all of them, I still think that that's great. I still think that there's a lot of good potential for the future with that. They did fucking phenomenal. So please use these characters again. Please show me more of them in the future. Get the fuck off the Suicide Squad thing and don't repeat any of these instances.
Absolutely. And
all right.
Done.
Shortest DC rant ever.
It was going to get there. It was about to. Thank you for stopping me. So we've talked about what Marvel's doing right. We've talked about what DC is doing wrong. Let's talk about what Marvel is possibly doing wrong now with the announcement that... Remember back when they announced the Phase 3 slate? I think it was the Phase 3 slate. And they said, we're going to have Inhumans. It's going to be like the end of...
And then everyone was like... shitty, and they're like, never mind.
Yeah, and the heavy
we'll do
rumor,
that later.
And Vin Diesel hinted at it. The heavy rumor is that he was going to play Black Bolt. If you don't know Inhumans characters, I only know a few of them. They're kind of like an obscure Guardians of the Galaxy franchise that I don't know a lot about. But Black Bolt is the leader of the Inhumans, and he can't speak because if he utters a sound, it will demolish an entire planet. And so the funny thing is Vin Diesel was going to provide the voice for a motion capture character and the appearance for a different Marvel character that he wouldn't really talk.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of cool. And I thought Inhumans was going to be Marvel's X-Men.
Right.
Which I was like, okay, if you can't have the X-Men, then do that.
Well, and if you can do it, that's fine. But if you're going to try to do, like, what fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tried to shove down our throats.
Yeah, and then that's where we get to Inhumans showing up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And they're slowly starting to put characters that should have been in the movie in the show. And what happened is Ike Perlmutter, Kevin Feige used to have to report to Ike Perlmutter, and then there's been a division, and now Kevin Feige reports directly to Bob Iger, head of Disney, and Perlmutter's now in charge of the TV. And I found out that does include the Netflix stuff. So Iger is doing ABC and Netflix.
Okay.
And Kevin Feige has literally nothing to do with those things. Like, they were asking him about it, and he was like, I don't really know what they're doing over there. Like, I'm not.
So what is this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Fucking... Why is he so married to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and why is he... Did they make a lot of money off of the cable broadcast?
I don't know. I think it's one of the most watched things on ABC next to, like, Once Upon a Time.
Okay. So, well, I mean, it would make a lot of sense, but, like, why are they trying so... They're trying so hard with it.
Well, this is...
What, a Ghost Rider. Oh, and they're failing with what they're trying hard with.
Well,
they're like, here, let us take this property that we just got back, fucking steal it. I think it was intentional, because if he is in charge of the Netflix, they haven't used Johnny Blaze yet. The Spirit of Vengeance goes to something else. Can I?
I think what you're saying is right. I think Ike's taking to Kevin Feige's knees and, like, trying to hurt the cinematic properties. And you brought up Johnny Blaze, and me and you were like, Norman Reedus for Johnny Blaze, make a Netflix show, right? They've introduced Johnny Blaze on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Already? Mm-hmm. And I've been talking about it like an idiot?
Well, it just happened. They just said that, like, Johnny... The way that this Ghost Rider...
They talked about him? Or
they showed him and referenced him. They haven't cast him. They just showed the flaming skull. And he was on a motorcycle and had the jacket and everything. And when this Ghost Rider's character was supposed to die, like in this car crash, he came up to him and gave his Spirit of Vengeance to him. So it was Johnny Blaze giving this guy the Ghost Rider powers. If I could meet Ike Perlmutter, I'd punch him right in the...
Well, no, maybe they're trying to throw us for a loop, because if this guy dies now, that spirit of vengeance will go back to Johnny Blaze.
Hopefully.
Fuck me. Dude, this is fucked up.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you, dude. I'm so excited for Iron Fist and...
Defenders.
An R-rated Avengers.
Basically,
Defenders.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Iron
and
Fist
you've done so well with the Punisher. Oh my god, John Bernthal.
Perfect.
Fucking perfect.
How is the ABC version of this stuff so utterly disgusting?
Because it's limited to FCC regulations.
Okay. That's fine. What I was trying to get to is where they're doing an Inhuman show, and they said it's going to serve as its own independent show and not so much a spinoff from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I say is bullshit, but do what you want. And they said the first 2 episodes are going to premiere in IMAX in the theater, which is interesting, but, you know, like you said, Disney's monopoly and can do whatever they feel like. That's happening. Any comments, or do we not want to rant about it?
I've completely lost what we're ranting about.
Oh, just Marvel.
Where Marvel is potentially fucking up television.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we have people telling us that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually a really good show. And I watched Once Upon a Time, and I thought that was the stupidest thing. And I actually, you know, when you watch something, you actually start liking it. So,
I watched a little over a season of Once Upon a Time.
I mean...
I didn't think it was the worst thing ever. There was too many characters that were frustrating me that I had to stop watching it.
There's most shows, if you give them time, they get better unless it's lost and then it pisses you off.
I think it's creative. I think Once Upon a Time is a creative idea.
I think the cool part about Once Upon a Time is you never know what Disney character or Grimm character.
They've done Brave, Frozen, Aladdin. They've done Mulan. They've pretty much covered almost everything.
They've done Little Nemo.
I bet you Moana's going to show up next year.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean.
If they've already done Frozen.
But what I'm saying is, like, that isn't I understand where the criticism comes from, and I have my own criticisms for it, but I personally enjoy it. I can see that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I can see them trying to, like, take little, like, this is and that's to, like, try to, like, do stuff with it, but I feel like they're just shooting themselves in the foot, like,
bang, bang.
Because, first of all, if you have control of the Netflix property, why would you not get the most out of you can out of a demon with a flaming skull on a motorcycle? Yeah, let's put that on fucking cable TV where you can't say the word fuck.
Yeah, or, you know,
kill people.
Do
scary shit.
I have noticed in the trailers that I've seen that they've tried to make Ghost Rider as dark as they can for S.H.I.E.L.D., and this season has a little darker. My problem being the acting's too terrible to carry a dark tone.
Did you ever try to, like, go back and rewatch, like, the Power Rangers? And you're like, man, I used to love this. And then, oh, that's why I don't watch it.
I started watching the movie, but everybody that I was, you know, around made me turn it off. But I was loving it.
The movie's good. The costumes are really, really bad, except for Eye of the News. And but the acting is horrible. Like, they had been on a show for years, and then they get in this movie where you think a director would be like, all right, kind of like turn your delivery. Okay, that delivery is not very good. You need to, you know, like, try, you know, bigger. I need more realism.
They George Lucas. Okay, I need you to stand over there. And yeah, that's good. Go down the stairs, and yeah, that's good. No direction.
It's just really bad. So I don't know. I mean, I get where Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming from, but if it's gonna die, let it die. Like, I don't know why they even
one fair swoop, just Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I've only seen a few episodes of Gotham, so
just stop doing shows that aren't what they're, like, supposed to be. It's like, it's Batman, but not. It's like, it's a Marvel stuff, you know, but not.
It's Disney stuff, but not.
Speaking of Disney, perfect transition to A Tale as Old as Time.
Beauty and the Beast.
Tyler was not looking forward to watching this trailer. It sounded like, from what I could tell, I wasn't looking forward to it originally. I saw it out of curiosity because I watch every trailer.
I didn't like Beauty and the Beast when I was a kid.
I didn't either.
It had no appeal to me, and my girlfriend asked me all the time, you know, like, stuff about it, or like, you know, like, makes references to it or something. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know who that character. I don't know what the Candlestick's name is. I don't know who Gaston is. I don't know.
I know a little more than that. I knew the character names, but I didn't remember much else.
I remember that she's in this house, and there's a curse, and there's the rose, and there's the beast.
Right.
So, and her name is Belle. That's what I know. I remember certain parts of like so I've seen a few actually. There were a few Beauty and the Beast movies that I had on VHS on the Castle Collection or whatever it was. Do you remember like the puffy VHS cases with like the purple spine?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and then okay.
I had all 3 Aladdins.
Yeah. Oh, you had King of Thieves or Prince of Thieves or King of Thieves?
I think it's King of Thieves.
King of Thieves,
and that's my favorite of the 3.
Blasphemy. What was the other one? Jafar.
Return of Jafar. Yes, it was. Do you know? So it's funny. I saw an article. I'm going off really quickly, like 10 seconds. There's an article that said all the Disney sequels you never knew existed. And I was reading it, and there was like 30 of them. I was like, I've seen every one of these films.
You saw Little Mermaid 2?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't remember it, but I remember seeing it.
Did you see Atlantis 2, Milo's Return?
Yep.
Oh.
Thank you for testing me, though.
No.
It is Disney.
I've not seen it.
Can we... I think I've talked about this before. I've definitely posted
about it. Can we get a live action Atlantis?
That's where I was going. I think Neil Patrick Harris as the blonde guy maybe would be good. No, I'm trying to think of who would be great casting
for Milo.
Oh shit! I'm thinking of El Dorado. I'm sorry.
The Road to El Dorado, which isn't Disney. No. I don't think.
I really don't know.
I think it's DreamWorks.
I had that pick, like Tom Hiddleston, Neil Patrick Harris, or something for Road to El Dorado. But yeah,
Tom Hiddleston for Road to El Dorado. Oh my god, that would be perfect.
Okay,
that would be perfect.
But I also had casting for Atlantis that I thought would be just awesome. Stephen Lang as the villain for Atlantis.
Oh god, I looked up images to see if there's a picture that says what studio it is. It looks like Disney.
There'd be so many great things. And then that one kind of, what'd you call her? Like a junk rat, get your hands dirty kind of girl would totally be the chick from Fast and Furious. What's her name?
Oh, Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That would be good.
I forgot what it was. Somebody sent me a picture of
Vin
all
Diesel.
the perfect... For?
There's a freaking Vin Diesel looking guy. Isn't there? I don't know. I think I've seen this.
I don't know.
It's like a cast list.
Yeah, and it looks so
Can you
great.
imagine like modern special effects with it though, and like all those like...
It's ripe for the pickings. That would be such a great adaptation. Like I know we're doing all these classics like Jungle Book and Lion King. It's probably going to be awesome. I don't think
people really liked Atlantis though.
I loved it.
Well, they liked it enough to make a straight to DVD sequel, but
they did a lot of things. Cars should have been straight to DVD.
Treasure Planet would be a nice one.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk shit about Treasure Planet. I was going to say I love that too.
Treasure Planet is a great one, but if they could do a live action one,
yeah.
I mean it's Treasure Island.
It was originally unoriginal.
It really was though.
I'm being serious. Okay, I'm sorry. Beauty and the Beast, fucking talking about Disney, and we're going to drop the F-bomb because that's how we do in the Splash Cave. It's
this can be the Splash Cave. The other one, I don't.
Yeah, I'm Splash Cavern. The Splash Tower. All right. Anyways,
Splash headquarters.
Beauty and the Beast. So, somebody that wasn't a huge fan of the original, not necessarily looking forward to this movie. How do you feel about how they're doing with this interpretation? And yeah, are you going to cry when Brittany drags you to go see it?
No. No, and then I told her I'd go see it with her. It actually looks, Beast looks good. All the animated characters look good. The costume design looks perfect.
Voice casting is awesome.
Yeah, I think everything like for Beauty and the Beast, if you're gonna do it spot on, from the trailer it looks spot on. It looks perfect.
Yeah, and I did a review for this as well, so go watch that. And in there, I said wasn't a fan of Emma Watson's casting. I like Emma Watson. I didn't see her as Belle, and I saw this trailer. I was like, I'm sure she'll do fine. She's still not who I don't know who I would have casted, but I think she'll do fine. But yeah, the only other thing I was going to talk about, and I'll just talk about it briefly because we forgot to look at it before we hit record. But animated trailer for Justice League Dark. They did a little bit behind the scenes a while ago, and now they have the trailer. You got Matt Ryan from the Constantine show voicing Constantine, Zatanna, Swamp Thing, all the dark DC characters, and they're going to be interacting with Batman because even though it's animated and it's not going to theater, they have to throw a well-known Justice League character in there for good measure just to make sure that
people watch it.
People watch it, exactly. Which is unfortunate because I love Batman, but I don't need him in my Justice League Dark.
Oh, and didn't we get confirmation that we are getting a live action Justice League Dark? That is a thing. We are getting a
I might got goosebumps a little bit. I'm so excited for.
Check out Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Look at John Constantine and tell me.
You mean Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell will not make a good Constantine.
Yeah. He's definitely my pick. And there was rumors going around that when Guillermo del Toro was working on it, they were eyeing either Colin Farrell or Ewan McGregor. And I was like, Colin Farrell.
Hand down Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Put a cigar in his mouth, give him a trench coat, and that's my boy. If they said Matt Ryan from the TV show, I would also be like, hey, that's fine. But I know they're going with movie actors, and that's when I would say Colin Farrell. Get Ron Perlman to do voice, motion capture, whatever, for Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And my pick for Zatanna, possibly, would be Jamie Alexander. She's Lady Sif in the Thor films, because by the time they do Justice League Dark, I'm sure they're done with Thor, or at least with Lady Sif. So bring her in. Right now she's doing Blind Spot.
Marina Baccarin is in both DC and Marvel. She's in Deadpool, and she's in Gotham.
And she voices Gideon in Flash.
Gideon.
The sentient computer thing that Thawne used in the first season.
Oh.
Hey guys.
And she's in Firefly. Of all the things Netflix should revamp.
She was like a companion, right?
Don't pick it up. Don't pick it up. But just side rant. But and have the same cast, but start it over. Firefly.
Sure. Try again. Not on Fox. Netflix. Right.
Anyway, so Justice League Dark.
Yeah, Justice League Dark. I think it looks really, really cool. And I don't know how I missed this. Like, apparently there wasn't an announcement or like an article about it, or I skimmed over it, or I missed it. But right when the trailer starts, it's like rated R. I was like, oh. Like, I knew Killing Joke was R, but I think
so. They're going the R route now.
And the thing is it takes place in this PG-13 universe, because all the movies surrounding this film, all the same characters and stuff, all the same voice actors, the same universe are PG-13. And they're throwing an R in there. I think that'd be great if they did that with the DC cinematic movies. It's like we have this generic PG-13 movies, but this is going to be R.
Well, it's kind of like what we have with Netflix versus MCU, you know?
Yeah.
There's the real street-level rated R, and then there's the superheroes.
If you're going to make your animated Justice League Dark R, make your live-action one R. And just
I think that's creepy. What they're going to... I honestly think that's what they're going to do, because I think we got confirmation of Justice League Dark because they fucked Suicide Squad up, and they knew it from all the reviews.
So they neutered it.
They knew they should have made it R. They should have done better, and they should have. So we're kind of getting like what we missed with Suicide Squad with kind of like a Justice League Dark, in which maybe we'll see more Joker.
They tried to tone it down. I remember that there was like a confirmed scene when they're in that helicopter, and Killer Croc gets like airsick or whatever, and he throws up part of a goat leg.
Why not?
And they said it was too like morbid or gross or whatever, and I was like, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Well, your movie is too dark, as in the background lighting is dark.
Yeah. But yeah, I really want to see Justice League Dark. I love the animated films. If you have not seen the New 52 inspired animated films, please go watch them, because they're
really good and they're
awesome.
Quick
and there's 6 or 7 of them. Yeah, they're about an hour 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, we've had several Batmans and Justice League, and there was an Aquaman Justice League one, and lots.
Are we getting any confirmation of Red Hood in the future, or any of that?
Nothing I've heard, but I would love. Jensen Ackles. That's right. Sticking with it.
I can see it. Is that it for today, Mr. Swift?
That is it, Mr.
Wipe
Swift.
the fucking floor.
We just jammed.
Fully jam-packed podcast in just over
If we would have crammed any more news into this podcast, we would have needed lubricant. So, thank you for joining us. I hope you're not sore. We'll be gentle next time. And until next time, may the film be with you. Thanks again. Follow us and stuff.
Tom Holland!
Thanos! Bye!
Oh, Clint's still dead. We forgot our predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep an eye and an ear out for exciting new content. Be sure to follow us on all the social media sites. Twitter is @TheFansplash. YouTube, just search Fansplash. We've got an open Facebook network, Fansplash Network. Instagram is fan_splash_podcast. SoundCloud.com/fansplash. You can email us, thefansplash@gmail.com, and Reddit @r/fansplash. Title and end credit songs written by Jacob Hall. See you next time.
May the film be with you. Always.
Hey everybody!
You dick.
Welcome to Fansplash episode 28.
What? Can we start over? I was taking my breath. I'm sorry, you've thrown off the Emperor's groove. Sorry. Now you may commence.
Oh, I may commence?
Oh, yeah, take the show.
Oh,
but, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Please interrupt me. Okay.